Excuse me, yeah, some of the president. Who else is hoping the same thing? He's hoping.
All right, Shalom. Shalom. We brought some great millstone for the church in Birmingham, Alabama. Before we get started, I'll give all praise on the glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
Double honor to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who tells us the truth. Much respect to the Akim and Michael Laban in his work. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect, which is scattered abroad. So you would say Shalom.
Shalom.
Yes, so of course we're back once again, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah. All right, prophesied the end of America, Babylon and Great. As you read in Revelation 17 and also 18, in which America was pretty much a mystery in the Bible, pretty much a last succession of kingdoms that would arise before the initiation of the kingdom of heaven, which is pretty much the next phase of rulership, an everlasting dominion that will be ruled by the Israelites, headed by our Lord Yahweh Shah, all right, who is the God of the Jacob, which is the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. So as you got prophets out rising up across the four winds of the earth, mainly right here in America, well, there's a decree going out about the good news pertaining to your salvation. All right, and the good news that you will be delivered from the hands of your enemies. First and foremost, the so-called white man who brought you to captivity, put chains upon you. And as you read in Deuteronomy 28, it says that he will put a yoke upon your neck until he had destroyed you. And that's going to what a mental, destroyment. That's why when you read Hosea 4 and 6, it speaks about my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. All right, so if you don't have the proper knowledge of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shah, then literally you're dead. You're dead in spirit. And you don't understand the perfect will of the Most High. So when you hear about the good news of salvation, and how it's only pertaining to Israel, in particular the elect, and no other nation, you get offended at that. Why? Because you don't understand what the Most High is trying to do on the earth. The Most High is pretty much rekindling or reestablishing what the kingdom of heaven for the Israelites. We're on the day. In the world to come, we're going to be the heads, and the other nations are going to be the tails. All right, when you're looking at it right now, we are the tails, and the nations, beginning with Esau, are the heads. They're the ones who are dictating what we do in the earth, to an extent. All right? But the time is coming where the plowman shall overtake the reaper. Yes?
If I may, 2 Peter chapter 3, starting at verse 10, the head in the blue letter says, a new heaven and earth.
Right. So heaven really goes to what? A loftier state. Paul spoke about 3 tiers of heaven. The third heaven, which you was called up into, which was the throne of the Most High in the spiritual realm, but you also had 2 other tiers of heaven. You got the space, the galaxies, but then you got the heaven realm as far as the earth. You got kingdoms that arise and fall. So the heaven in the Bible is really talking about the kingdom of heaven is deal with the kingdom and another rulership on earth, man. Reading out.
2 Peter chapter 3, starting at verse 10, and the heading says, a new heaven and earth.
Right, a refreshed earth. It's like a refreshed rulership and earth. Well, correct. You see? Because when you go into the word new in the New Testament, it takes you back into kainos, which means to be refreshed. So what is more refreshing? The throne of David. As you say, I will rebuild the tabernacle of David of old. That's what we see being built on right now. Through the men who are elected to come out and preach the word of truth, the gospel, the good news of the kingdom of Israel. This is what you see. Yeah?
Verse 10, 2 Peter 3 and 10, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens will pass away with a great noise.
Right, so this current heaven, a lofty estate with the Esau, the so-called white man's throne of corruption, all right, it's going to pass away with a great noise. So that great noise, as we know, is talking about going to the missiles, right? Thermonuclear destruction in the midst of World War III. That's how the initiation of the kingdom to come is going to be brought forth by America's downfall. Yeah.
And the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
Right, so what element, what instrument can we use to build all the elements? By fervent heat. When you do a little research, you find out that the nuclear weapons is able to accomplish that feat, man. So this is why the Lord created missiles and had them to be set apart, set across different nations, not a weak nation will have these capabilities. Yeah, that's why the Scripture said, let the weak sound strong, because the Lord preparing the structure for America Babylon the Great. Whether you can believe it or not. You're going to go into World War III, and then the Lord going to sanction missiles to be shot in America. Therefore, ending Esau, so-called white man's strong terror. Yeah.
The works that are therein shall be burned up.
Yep.
Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved.
Real quick, I just got something how hot the nuclear missiles can get.
Yeah.
That's how you mentioned. That's the only thing that can do it. It says the center of a nuclear explosion briefly reaches temperatures between 10 million and 100 million degrees Celsius.
Ooh.
This is significantly hotter than the core of the sun, which is 15 million degrees.
Yeah, so it's hotter than the core of the sun. And its impact. So all the elements here, the metal, the strongest metals, your strongest component is going to be melted down. That's what's going to create a great lake of fire, reading Revelation. You see that, huh?
Yeah, cause this Isaiah 9:5. It says, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
Yeah, so back in Isaiah, it's speaking about war and deal with the end times, man. And with this war will not be your traditional war. In former wars, you would have people with swords, right? They would have actual impact, face-to-face combat. They're clanking of shields and medals, like you read these ancient movies, or you see it, you know. But this is going to be what? Burning and fuel of fire. Now you got to think, well, this war is going to be different. So when the Scripture speaks about the heavens passing away with a great noise and the elements burning or being dissolved, that should link you up with what God want to do with destruction. Because yeah, you're going to have missiles be shot. Yeah. We're in the time of Sodom and Gomorrah. You know, the Lord in the book, you got a satellite off the streets. But you know, the Lord says, get this in. I'm sorry.
This is the book of 2 Peter, chapter 2, and verse 6. It says, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemn them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after shall live ungodly.
Right, so there's no, you know, everybody know about Sodom and Gomorrah when you go into the Bible. See, just like they know about the flood. So when the time these things are accumulating once again, and it's even worse than it was in Sodom and Gomorrah. See? So now you gotta expect for the Lord to bring forth a similar judgment. What did he do with Sodom and Gomorrah? He rained down fire and brimstone. See? To destroy the fire neighboring cities. So here it is. You got prophets out saying the same name is coming. Fire and brimstone, but it's just modernized. In the form of thermonuclear warfare, the warheads. That's your modern day fire and brimstone now. You see?
I'm going to show you real quick. It's Matthew 10 and verse 15. Verily I say unto you, and it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city.
Yeah, so in that day, Yahushua said it should be more tolerable, all right, in Sodom and Gomorrah than for that city. What's that city talking about? Babylon the Great. That great city. Somebody future time of judgment, man. This fire right here is going to be the greatest destruction known to man. In which all the land is going to be consumed by the fire of the Lord's justice. He's going to sit here and melt away. You know?
Come, this book of Isaiah 13 in verse 19. It says, in Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldeans' excellency shall be as when the Most High over.
The Lord left me an example. See, Babylon, the glory of the Chaldeans' excellency, right? The Chaldeans go give your wise men, the warlocks, witchcraft, or witch. Yeah,
Now, if I bet, that's a part of witchcraft.
yeah. Because they seduced by the ones who said Esau is a perverse, profane man. Everybody up under him was under his vibration, including homosexuality. And that should be as if the Most High destroys some before. See?
If I may, 2nd Ezra chapter 4, and if I may start at verse 26. Then answered me, Salaki, then answered he me and said, the more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel. For the world hasteneth fast to pass away.
Yeah, this current world is hastening fast to pass away. We see the corruption going on across the current earth. Things are dying quickly. You know, this man is pretty much sucking up all the resources. There's a drought of water because of the, the data centers. So this man is sucking the life out of the earth. So it's getting to the point where there needs to be a correction. That's why the Lord is hastening for this destruction. What you got it, bro?
And cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in time to come.
Yeah, you can't even put in your mind, like Scripture says. No eye have seen or no ear heard the things that the Most High prepared for those who love Him for the world to come, man. So yeah, we talk about what immortal bodies, being able to travel out of space, visit different planets, raising up children, which you ain't got to watch over, there's going to be able to be. You know? And you're going to be able to pretty much produce righteousness in the earth according to the law. And the benefit of that is that people are going to be happy. But we can't even really comprehend everything the Most High has restored, laid up for us, man. It's going to be far surpassing what we can imagine. What you got to do.
For this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities.
Right.
But as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee. For the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come.
Yeah, the evil is sown, but the destruction has not yet come. Because everything is weighed out in the measure. By measuring the Lord measures time. All right? So he does not move in the stir until the said measure be fulfilled. So what's written, gotta go according to what the sequence of prophecy. First we must see what in these times the manifestation among the beast, and then after that, we already know. Then goes with destruction, before that was salvation. So we need evils to pop off so the church was mandated. Therefore we know that destruction is near. That's pretty much salvation is near. Okay?
I mean, and to the point, even when it goes back into the Joshua and Caleb took over the land of Israel, it got to a point where the Lord said the sins and the embrace have to reach a certain point.
Right.
And that's going to be the same thing with Esau Edom here today, man. The Lord is the only thing he's doing is just building up a case for this thing.
Because 2:15 adds on to that aspect. 2:15:5. The Lord bring plagues upon the world. Why? Because the wicked had put a secret through the whole earth. And the hurtful words are what fulfilled. See? So now we know that the Most High is just done with everything. And he's going to pretty much destroy the current society instead of something new. Yeah.
If I may, you mentioned earlier, until the said measure be fulfilled, meaning all things have to be lined up until the Lord bring forth that judgment which is going to be righteous. Because, wickedness have exceeding polluted, in the earth. But paraphrasing, therefore the Lord don't have to do these things, purge out the wickedness in the earth, according to his measurement.
How you going to do it with the Moses? Again, you reap everything you sow, because even how the brother Adon, the priest Adon, how he was saying earlier, how the Lord took down these other kingdoms, and how it was old school, they was using swords and knives, but this time it's going to be with fuel and fire. Who else can be destroyed with the missiles? Who else was created to be destroyed with the missiles besides the so-called white man? Because he's the guy that's pushing forth all these different wicked atrocities throughout the planet Earth, man. Even missiles, Well, in other countries, again, a month ago, this nigga killed 500 girls with a cruise missile, man. You got it.
If I may say, Esau can't get right. That's why when you read Isaiah 26, it speaks about, letting favor be shown to the wicked, and yet with this nigga not learn righteousness. So every time this man is given a throne to rule and govern, he fucks it up, man. That's why when the scripture say, I think Proverbs 29:13, when the wicked multiply, transgress, increase, still from the time of the Greeks, You know, Alexander the Great was for generals. And we just multiplied in the earth. Same thing we see today. Earth being given to the hands of the wicked. And look what we have, man. A bunch of fucking degenerates. Who don't understand what life means, man. So we ask the Lord to do away with this shit. So we can receive what's truly righteous, what's truly peace. Because the law has been established.
Kind. 2 Ezra 4:29. If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away.
So where's that place? All right, the heavens will pass away with great noise. Esau's throne, that high mountain. Again with America. So unless this place be what?
Unless slack. It says, if therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away.
Right, where the great noise comes to the warfare. That's America. Yeah.
Then cannot it come that which is sown with good.
Yeah, so our expectation, as we was talking about off camera, is that, you know, we need a deliverance. But that deliverance comes at what? The expense of America being destroyed. But we know that this place has to fall in order for true peace to be established, man. And that's a hard saying for the majority of people out there. Our people, so-called blacks, Latinos, many, you can't see a life outside of America. Therefore, when you are presented with the gospel, you can't take hold onto it. You can't receive it, man. Because your life is found here. Your life is pretty much bound up in America. You trust in the so-called white man, what he has established. But that's the beautiful thing about understanding the power of the Lord. You understand he rises up. He sets up kingdoms and he brings down kingdoms. With that Daniel 2. You see? So we know that the Lord's will is for what the kingdom of heaven be established. We found out that America is at the forefront of the last kingdom, the four beasts, which is ruling wickedness by Esau. All right, that would have to be thrown down before the Lord sets up a new righteous kingdom in the earth.
I got something for you.
Yep, got one real quick if I may. The Jeremiah 49 and verse 17. Also Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof.
Yeah, you didn't get up.
Come. It says, Jeremiah 49 and verse 17. Also Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof.
Yeah, where you read from?
Jeremiah 49.
Jeremiah 49, yeah. Edom is synonymous with Babylon. What's that scripture? Is it Psalm? There was some word, it's in Psalm 137. Yeah. Yeah, Edom. I think 137 itself.
It's Psalm 137 and 7. Remember, O Lord, Yahweh Shemashah, the children of Edom,
Yeah, children of Edom, you got it?
in the day of Jerusalem, who said, race it, even to the foundation thereof.
Yeah, because the Edomites pretty much cheered on and they helped the Babylonians take down our king, the first king, right? And so the Lord, so the prayer went out was that the Lord would remember Edom. Hey, it says what the children of Edom, man. The children of Babylon. Yeah?
O daughter of Babylon,
Right?
who ought to be destroyed.
See, the daughter of Babylon, which comes after. So Edom and Babylon is synonymous. They're in the same category, man. So this is who will be ruling in 11 days. So Edom should be what? In desolation. Read it again.
Yep, it says, Jeremiah 49 and 17, also Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof.
So this is a fulfillment of the prayer going against Edom. The children of Edom, they were Babylon the Great, which Esau will be ruling today. You know that Babylon is something America. Who runs America? Whose face is on the dollar bill, man? Who was the one that stand up in the earth? Again with America, it's a so-called white man. That's how you figure out who Esau Edom is. Earth been given to the hands of the wicked.
Come back to Psalm 137 and 8. O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed.
Ought to be destroyed, laid desolate, without inhabitant. Captain.
Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee, and thou hast served us.
Yeah, because the Lord is a power of vengeance. It's a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense what? Tribulation unto those who trouble you. We've been troubled. You've been troubled by the so-called white man. And you niggas are seeking for justice, but you're not seeking the right places. You got to come back into your power, your how by Shema Shah to receive the true, divine justice pertaining with the so-called white man did unto you, man. Otherwise, you're gonna fall, you're gonna fail. Marching up the streets, Juneteenth, nigga. Fuck, man. Niggas still celebrating a fucking holiday and they just keep your ass in the region. You ain't free, man. As long as Esau got jurisdiction over you, you ain't fucking free, man. That's what you find out when you come into the scriptures. We're not free. So we need divine deliverance.
Verse 9. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stone.
And that's going to be what in the kingdom. Because they did that shit to us. You know, there's reports about Gad and how they took the babies and dashed against the stone. And they did with Jake as well, man. You know? Hey, so Lord going to allow us to take little baby Gates or somebody like that, you know? Oh, who else? Hey. Elon Musk. Elon Musk. That's Christopher Malone.
Hey, David Rothschild.
David Rothschild, yeah.
Michael Rothschild.
Oh, this is one that was one in Rockville who said that if I was here in Greg Carter, I would like to come back at the 5. I forget who exactly that was.
I think that was Dave.
Might be Dave Rockville. Yeah.
I probably think.
One of Rothschild said that. But really, in reality, when these niggas die off, you know, like Prince, Philip, you know, hey, guess what? They're gonna wake up as was that parable, Lazarus and rich man, in the world to come, seeking for water, seeking for relief. Because we're gonna be beating the shit out of their asses, man, in the world to come. Because they gotta be reborn again, but it's gonna be in our kingdom.
They just on and to your point, they might say to show favor to the wicked, yet shall he not learn righteousness, even in the kingdom of heaven. The reason why we're going to be beating Edomites in the kingdom of heaven because they ain't going to be able to submit into righteousness, man.
Yep.
Because the Lord created these people to be the evil, the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Yep.
You know?
And you were accustomed to the never change this spot. Paraphrase. This man can't do well. He can't do good. So that's why he's always going to be punished. He's going to be programmed to go off. If he can be rehabilitated, then go on my reserve, but no.
So, matter of fact, just to back up your point, this Psalms 14 and verse 1, and it says, "The fool hath said in his heart, there's no power. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There's none that doeth good."
And that represents who? Esau. Esau's a profound, he's the highest fool on earth. That's why you read Psalm 75. I said now to the fools, hey, lift not up your horn on high, and speak not with what a stiff neck. For the promotion coming neither from the east, nor from the west. But the Most High gives the increase of the paraphrase. So they refused to submit to the fact that they were set up by the Most High. And again, earth was given to the hands of the wicked. They didn't take it. The Lord made them take it. It was just your time, nigga. Now it's time to hop out the damn throne. You know, it's time to hop out the seat. Look for himself someone who is going to be righteous in the earth. But he needed you to fulfill his will of weakness so that we can understand what true righteousness is going to produce in the earth.
Well, I won't say it if I may. Just to back you up. It's Sirach 10 and 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Yeah, that's my very fault.
Yes,
due to Esau's atrocities, he never thought that he would be recompensed. He said there was a no God, you know, or basically no God would come outside, Satan or whatever. And that man pretty much forced his will across the earth. Not knowing there would be a day in which he would be pretty much recompensed for all his works, man. But what we're reading right here is that due to your corruption, Lord himself a new power on earth.
Yep, Sirach 10 and 4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord.
Showing that the Lord has jurisdiction on who rules and who doesn't. Yep.
And in due time, he will set over it one that is profitable.
Yes, this is the time when Esau's going to be visiting. You got a black popo, a black captain. One that is profitable. You know? That's how it's shot.
I got something like it. This is the book of Job 24 and verse 24. It says, they are exalted for a little while, but are gone and brought low.
Yeah. The hypocrite, or the hypocrite, but for a long time. You were set up for a short season to do what the fuck you did, man, in this short period of time. Oh, and now we're approaching what the 250th anniversary, July the 4th.
Oh yeah.
These niggas don't understand that. Hey, pretty much the kingdom is established and ruled for like a period of what, 250 years. Then it's downfall. That's exactly what you're seeing right now.
Time's up.
Yeah.
It says, they are taken away, they are taken out of the way as all others.
Ooh, as all others. You see, because all these, the rest of these other kingdoms, they never thought that their end would come. You go back into the time of the Assyrian, Babylonian, and Medo-Persian. Yeah.
Like, and even then, the Assyrian captivity had the million-man army. So it was carnal things that they thought that they would never be taken down. But how they got taken down? By Babylon. By basically a sneak attack in the middle of, but Babylon got took down by Nebuchadnezzar. Not Nebuchadnezzar, Babylon the Great, not Babylon, ancient Neo-Babylon got taken down by the Medes, the Medes and the Persians. But it really was a sneak attack. And then the Medes and the Persians, they got up high. They had the million-man army. Then who they got taken down? Alexander, which was a small empire, the Greeks. And we know the Greeks and the Romans, they merged together, then they eventually got taken down. That's why it says it's all others, because once you look at that statue, from their head of gold all the way down to the 10 toes, they're really going to come, they're really going to succumb to the same fate, man. Really, your empire going down and another empire rising. The only thing that makes this empire different than the empire that's going to rise after this is going to stand forever, you know?
But that shows you that the Most High, you know, your ability to stay in power is not determined by your strength and your might. But see, pretty much the Most High is the one who dictates, you know, when your time is here and when your time comes. You know, time and chance happen unto every man. See? So pretty much, hey, America is in that same light. You got all this military might, power, and clout. But you start to see that shit false. You start to see other nations get that same power. And who was the one behind it that orchestrated their downfall? It's the Most High, man. You see the Satan fall as lightning.
Look, my man. It says, they are taken out of the way as all others and cut off as the tops of the ears of corn. And if it be not so now, who will make me a liar and make my speech nothing worth?
See, Esau trying to make the Most High be a liar. That's why he's trying to confound prophecy. I want to be the one to overstep what's written in Daniel 2 and Daniel 7. You know, before your kingdom get established. Esau said, I'm going to do that. By my wisdom, by my technology. I got control over what's going on. You see? But then it shows that the Most High is just that powerful. As you read what Job 12 and 16, with the Most High's wisdom and might, the deceiver and the deceiver is, man. The Most High got to get it going, not knowing he's fulfilling prophecy with his downfall. You just sitting there watching. You know, we already know the end of the story. You know? That was it on that.
It's Job 14 and I start at verse 4. Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean?
Yep.
Not one.
Not one. See, Esau can't be made clean. He's profound outside of him. Hebrews 12 and 16 tells you that. Is there anyone more profane and outside, you know? On the temple than Esau? Sold his fucking birthright, man. Dumbass bitch. Yeah, that nigga. You know? Yeah. Hey, this is the result of that. This man's trying to get it back. Now he understands the severity of what he did in that short period of time of him being lured through his lust. He sold it for a piece of meat. Yeah. Now he wants to showcase patience. He wants to wear the nation down and, you know.
Yeah.
But really, in reality, man, this nigga, he's already lost. It was already set up from the beginning for him to do it. But we didn't.
Yep. It says, Job 14 to verse 4, who could bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one.
So you niggas overall cannot save the so-called white man. That's people what it's going into. You cannot rehabilitate the white man for what he has done as his forefathers.
That's it.
They still the same fucking spirit, man. He was raised to do wickedness. You cannot, no matter how much this man smiles in your face, he always has an ulterior motive because that's his makeup. It's in his DNA. It's in his spirit. He can't get around that shit. If you want to do righteousness, you still can do it. Most I got him wired to do that, man. You got him.
Yep. It says, seeing his days are determined,
Yep.
the number of his months are with thee.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
He's talking about Esau. So this man has a particular day, a time, I give you Revelation. It's late third part of me, you find it. Give a particular day, month, month, day, hour, minute, whatever. Hey, the second, third part of me. Because Esau has a date with judgment. And he knows it. So his whole agenda is to override that, if he could. You got, is it? This is another one. Yeah, read it. I think the one was 7. What did it say? It's a day, a month, a day, Revelation 9, 16, 9, 2, 18. Oh, it's in 18. Not yet.
This is Revelations 9 and verse 15. And the 4 angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay the third part of men.
Yeah, so the scripture speaks about 4 angels holding back the 4 winds. Because the elect had to be sealed first before the great destruction. So you got angels who have been given jurisdiction over Esau's allotted time. So when they get the commandment, they're going to pretty much initiate the fire. It's coming to the warfare. Read it again up.
Yeah, it says, and the 4 angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour.
Yeah, they would give a command. Yep.
And a day, and a month, and a year,
Yep.
for to slay the third part of men.
It's a particular time for Esau's downfall. See, the third part of men represents Esau. You got the sons of God, you got the sons of men, other nations, and then you got the sons of the wicked. It represents Esau. He's the third part of men. You got it?
It says, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000.
Yep, 200 million. That's not talking about angels. That's talking about the Lord's military might as far as the nuclear warheads. It speaks about in Joel too. It's early for his army. So, and they go into the nuclear warfare. You got it? The 200 million warheads will be shot at America. You got it?
And I heard the number of them, and thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them sat on them, having breastplates of fire, jacinth, and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions.
It was the heads of lions, man, because a lion's head devours. See? And those heads are what? In the head of the missile, you got the nuclear warheads. You got it? And also they roar. When they shoot off, they roar, man. You got it?
It says, and out of their mouths issue fire and smoke and brimstone.
Yeah, the nuclear warhead, when they come out, they're going to disperse. Like rain. See? Out of their mouths come what? Fire and brimstone. It shall be scattered upon its habitation. Yeah.
By these 3 was the third part of men killed, by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone, which issued out of their mouths.
This is how Esau's kingdom is going to fall. This is how Satan's going to fall as lightning. Satan goes to the adversary. That represents Esau, the so-called white man. So that's saints for America. This is the place where Esau decided to pitch his tent to corrupt the earth. But in the midst of World War III, you're going to see, and we read in the dark sand, nuclear warfare pelted down on America. And once America is destroyed, that's the end of Esau's world. What we're prophesying about. You got the sign right here, America will be destroyed. Hey, by fire.
That's it.
That's a fire and brimstone. See?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the scripture's real, man. And you don't believe it, you're going to find out. You're going to find out at the wrong time, though. You know?
I mean, Isaiah chapter 14, starting at verse 9. Hair from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee,
Yep.
even all the chief ones of the earth.
And hell from beneath, because Esau has been brought down to his grave, the Lord's feet. It's moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. Esau's day of being brought down low is soon to be a mix. You got it? Read it again.
Isaiah 14 and 9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee.
Yeah, the dead represents the other nations. See, the kings of the nations who have been resurrected again, you got it? Because they're here today, you got it?
Even all the chief ones of the earth.
See, all the chief ones of the earth. So that means that all the former kings of different kingdoms, they're here today. You see, they're back on the scene. You got it?
It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations.
Yeah, see, you go. They're raised up. That's the point. They're raised up from their throne. All those kings from former times, they're here today. So like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And the Lord's going to use them to pretty much bring forth the destruction of will. See? You got it.
All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we?
Yeah, because Esau America's being brought down low right now. They've been made weak. You see? So the weak are now strong by the way of some river warfare. Now they feel like we can take this nigga. Man. You know, we can jump this nigga. Prior times before, they were scared of Esau. They were scared of America. But now when the time was, the Lord has pretty much equipped the small nations with the same power that Esau got, and they're going to gang up and they're going to overcome this fucking beast, man. America. Yeah.
Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave,
Yep.
and the noise of thy bowels, the worm is spread under thee,
Yep.
and the worms cover thee.
Yeah, so this man's pride has been brought down low. All right. It says that it is what? You do that for again?
It says, the worm is spread under thee.
Yeah, that represents decay. You can see even within the streets, man. You know, this man's streets is decaying, potholes everywhere. But just they don't hit some economy overall. Everything is pretty much decreasing. You see? Yeah. Dollar decreasing. Yeah.
And the worms cover thee.
Yep.
How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer,
Yeah.
son of the morning?
Yep. And Lucifer is not talking about the spirit of being Satan, man. All right? When you go into the realm of Lucifer, it speaks about that being with the light bearer. Light bearer goes with those who are illuminated. So who is the Illuminati today? That would be your top things, the Rothschilds, the DuPonts, the Gettys, Oppenheimers. These are the ones who carry the light as far as the knowledge of wickedness, man. You see? So read it again.
Isaiah 14 and 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning?
How thou fallen from heaven, from your lofty heavenly estate of rulership on Lucifer. The elites, man. Yeah.
How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nation?
Yeah, so he's weakening the nation to bring forth the new world order. But that's going to backfire. See? So their plan is not to go out. It's not going to go out as planned. You got it?
For thou said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High.
Yeah. You got it?
I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north.
Yeah, North America. And again, those stars represent the Israelites. He sets his throne above with the Israelites. Those are the stars. But pretty much this man wants to be like the Most High. You know, so when he's took guiding with his wisdom that he has got, he has said that he knows better than the Most High. I'm gonna transform one human into my image. You know, that's why you got Christmas that's able to heal, save disease, cancer and all of that. Or whatever. That's what they say. But all in all, this man wants to confound the Most High, but it's not going to pan out. Yeah.
I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
Yeah. Space station. Yeah.
Hey, I mean, too. They're going to people see him too. They're trying to be like the Most High.
Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the size of the pit.
Yeah, a lower state, the size of the pit. So Esau was brought down to the dust again, man. You see? He was brought down to his place. Isaiah 14 tells, right? Are we in that same chapter? To bring him to that place. Esau was making to be a servant. So once his kingdom gets knocked down, then that's when you're going to see us rise up. And you're going to put it in the chains, and he's going to serve us. The base man, remember? Esau is the base man of the earth. You know?
Check out.
They that shall see, Salaki, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble?
Yep, they shall consider thee. Is this the man that made the earth to tremble? At one point, nigga had power, nigga had influence. But when they seen the kingdom that this nigga got knocked down to his base, a lower state, hey, they gonna do this thing like, nigga, I can't believe you was the one ruling. Look what the Most High did unto you. Now they're gonna know that that ain't the way to go, man. In the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah. If I may be, that's how you know the Most High self. That's the only way he could get on top. If there was a divine power behind him.
Yep.
Because he's a base man. You know, in the kingdom of heaven, man, we really gonna see Esau in his natural state. You know?
Yep.
Come. That did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners.
Yeah, to open that house of the prison. He did not give us, you know, the proper knowledge that we were Israelites. You see, he opened our mind to that, but he kept that a secret. He's still trying to keep it a secret, but the secret's out now. You know? This man was never trying to free us so we can obtain our rights light on earth. So he was basically trying to keep that shit pretty much concealed. But that's gonna backfire in the kingdom of heaven. Everybody gonna know that we was the Lord's chosen people, and that this nigga was a fucking a farce, he was a liar, he was a deceiver, and he was a devil that the Bible spoke of. Overall, man. And they're gonna beat the shit out of him. And they're gonna run Esau out of town, man. He should be chased away. That's what real scripture says. Because he the one that fucked the earth. All this time, y'all thought that Esau, so-called white man, was God. But then, come to find out, the kingdom of heaven, this nigga was a fucking liar. He was the one that was destroying your family through false philosophies and shit. And had you thinking that you want to do what you want, you know, that democracy shit. But eventually, everybody gonna find out that was not the way.
I got something for you. This is the book of Job 4, and I'm gonna start at verse 8. But this in the CSB. It says, in my experience, those who plow injustice and those who sow trouble reap the same.
Yeah, Esau doesn't understand that. You reap what you sow, man. So you had done all this corruption. You think you're gonna be able to get away with that? With that, Sirach 16 speaks about
If he do get away, I got 11, 16 and all.
Yeah. Sensational escape is poor. Down afraid. But yeah, man, I mean, like Esau opened the sinner. You know, he even took the Bible from himself. He said this is a God-fearing country. We abide by the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Bible, but look around, man. This nigga's a fucking hypocrite.
Yep, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 16 and verse 11. And if there be one stiff neck among the people, it is a marvel if he escape unpunished.
Who is the ultimate stiff neck? That's the so-called white man. It would be a marvel if this nigga escaped from judgment. You gotta consider that. So look at America, look at this throne. Look at all the rebellion, man. Look at all the sin that's going on. You think this nigga gonna get away with this shit? That's your fucking mind. You niggas still putting your hope in America like a dumbass. The Lord gonna smoke you niggas, man.
For mercy and wrath are with him. He is mighty to forgive and to pour out his pleasure.
He gonna forgive the elect, don't return back, but everyone who wants to join in with Esau, you're gonna feel the same wrath as Esau, man. The Lord gonna melt this bitch, man. In 1 hour. This man been all this shit. But the Lord gonna kick it down like a sandcastle in 1 hour, man. Deal with it.
Nah, I got it. A little bit more. It says, as his mercy is great, so is his correction also. He judges a man according to his work.
There you go. You reap what you sow. You sow wickedness, you're going to reap the same back. So, hey, expect America to be judged prophetically, divinely, scripturally, man. Why? Because the Most High has already sanctioned. If it doesn't get judged, like I think Roger said, you know, somebody who said it? Somebody old was Sodom and Gomorrah.
What's my point? Man, he was on Dave Chappelle show. If the Lord don't destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, if the Lord don't destroy America, he'll Sodom and Gomorrah apology.
That's a perfect analogy, man. America doing worse than Sodom and Gomorrah. Shit. Same God in the Bible is the time old. You know the same God. You got to be weighing you niggas up because you forgot.
It says, the sinner shall not escape with his spoils.
That's it. So Esau's not going to escape, but stealing us, first and foremost. The Lord's jewels, precious jewels, right? And also this earth within itself. This man has confiscated all the resources that ain't his. You see? You got to cough all that shit back up.
It says, and the patience of the godly shall not be frustrated.
So we just got to wait for the Lord to bring that forth, that judgment that we're inquiring about. See? Because pretty much the Lord is already answering our prayers. We just got to wait till they be fulfilled. Which means you got to hold on to the faith and continue to pray for America's downfall, because the Lord is doing that right now for your lives.
It says, if I meant 2 more verses, make way for every work of mercy, for every man shall find according to his works. The Lord hardened Pharaoh that he should not know him, that his powerful works might be known to the world.
Showing that he's trying to remind Esau, Romans 9th chapter. See? It's the same spirit. Same thing he did with the Pharaoh, he's trying to do that to Esau. Why? So his power can be known. See that? You're going to have all of them in the kingdom, man. Yeah, you're tired of looking at that.
That's it. Going back into Job 4 in verse 8 in the CSB, it says, in my experience, those who plow injustice and those who sow trouble reap the same. They perish at a single blast from the Most High and come to an end by the breath of his nostrils.
They pass away. But that, you know, it passed away the great noise. That word pass is heavy, man. See a single blast. And that blast falls with a word. That one rough word, you see, that initiated that great blast in the form of thumping of the fire. Yeah, as we're speaking, man, hey, we're calling fire down from heaven to consume the sacrifice of America.
And it's spirit. You know what I say? You say, who wants to consume the spirit of his mouth?
Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Right?
Hey, you should marvel when you see us out. Hey, this is part of the council of the Lord. This is the council of the Lord, man. You know? We're not here on singing devices. You know, we watch, you know? Yeah, we niggas gonna die tomorrow, man. You better get the fuck out of America. You know what's good for you.
Hey, but that's the spirit though. The scriptures say, we shall be made a spectacle in front of the people. Because nobody else upon the planet Earth is talking about the destruction of Babylon the Great in America and connecting into the scriptures except us, man.
Right.
So this is a thing to be marveled at. You know? And niggas gonna marvel even more when shit come to pass.
That's what they're starting to see now. Things are coming past. Now niggas just shut the fuck up. That's what happened. Props buzz for. Niggas get quiet, man. Where all the scoffers at? You know? The apostle had to do a lot of persecution. But he's staying for not the benefit. Now it's like you can't tell what's going on. Hey, you got a trip out here, man.
These people is not aware of what's going on, man. All hell can break loose. And they kill it. As in the days of Noah. They were eating, drinking, smoking, boy the wind and shit, until the flood came, man. And when that flood came, that's when you knew the Most High was real. You know? You gonna know God was real when you got diabetes and your foot get cut off. See? disobedient evil, man. You know? Because at the end of the day, Yahweh Shai already set up 2/3 of our people not to get it, man.
Yeah.
You know, because again, one thing that this guy just rolled by, he was oozing off with pride. And it tells you that in the book of Sirach, the 10th chapter, that pride is hateful before the Most High and man. So that automatically disqualifies you to hearkening to the words of Yahweh Shai, man. Ignorant ass niggas, man.
I don't know if y'all saw when he had slingshot on his you call him spider. He had slingshot written on that thing. You know that green stone. Yeah. I mean, you do the spiritual aspect, both of them. You know, slingshot here, that great rock, real shit going in mouth, nigga, and sword and shit. Like King David had them slingshot. Now that he had all these songs.
Come. This is Proverbs chapter 11 and verse 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished.
The wicked should not be unpunished. So if you want to make your tent, your dwelling here in America, you're going to suffer the same fate as Esau. His judgment was meant for Esau. That's why when the word went out, it was determined whether you hearken or not. You see, you hearken when you be a sinner to Esau. And when you refuse, and now you in a lot of Esau. Therefore, you're going to receive the same punishment. So hand join in hand, hey, the wicked should not be unpunished. Right? Join in with the devil, you're going to receive the same deliverance together.
But the seed of the righteous shall be delivered.
That's the elect. See, the seed of the righteous, that's the elect. Right? Delivered from what? The great destruction. The plague, the pestilence. They had the earthquakes, man. I mean, yeah. That's our thing, the earthquake, man. Yeah. That was heavy. Man, yeah, we couldn't get into that little bit. You know, we just had recent earthquakes, you know, back to back. We had Venezuela, California, Japan, Philippines, California.
And that's what I think I see in the article. They said they expecting more too.
Yep, they're expecting more.
If I may add on that, on top of all that, they got the El Nino. That thing's popping out. Hey, yeah, and I think if you look up the word Nino, El Nino, I think it goes back to like Christ or something like that. It's some religious that come with it. Yeah, it goes back to like Christ or something, or being anointed. But it just shows you how you have how she now shine breaking upon the planet Earth. Right. That is the Isaiah 28 tempests and different storms. That's how the Lord is making Himself manifest. But again, people are just continuing to ignore it. Because soon as a storm passes or things go over, Esau, he'll come out with something new and niggas back in the world.
Yep.
You know, basically your mental discernment have been dulled because you've been in Babylon. You know?
Pretty much a nigga wipe their forehead, woo, he's that one of us. That's what these Americans say, not knowing that, hey, you preserve pretty much the best for last, man. That's what most sides doing. The greatest judgment is reserved for America last. So why you think out here, ain't the Lord, this ain't happening to us. Thank you, Jesus. Not knowing that, hey, you don't feel the worst over all these other nations feel right now.
It ain't so lucky because one thing about a nigga here boasting living in America. You know what I mean? Food is at his fingertips. Like you said, these different things that happen to these third world countries. And they hear on the news, it ain't happening here. So a nigga come out his mouth and actually say, yeah, we live in the best country there is, man. It's the best damn nation. You know, but like the brother said, you been built up, you know, just to be destroyed, man. The Lord got a great destruction for Babylon the Great, man. You know, as they say, hey, say the best for last, man. What you got, brother?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, because the Lord does His things around the different nations to get your attention. Yeah. You should be thinking like, damn, this can happen here. And some of it has been happening here. But they ain't been on the scale of like other nations pretty much. But it's going to get to that point where you're going to start seeing niggas drop like flies. Like, people dying in droves. You know? So now's the time to be considerate and to really consider the scourges. But scripture say, Jake do not be mindful of the scourges. Feel like when somebody's saying you what you were reaping before all, so the others may fear. So when the Lord be whooping other nations, you like, nigga, you see what I'm doing? You better get right on much. You next, nigga.
If I may too, just to add on to your point, because it was a recent article came out about how Puerto Rico is short on water. And people don't know Puerto Rico is technically a part of the United States, man. You know, so that's like gradualism, somebody creeping up on you slowly. Because even then, a lot of those third world countries, it was in the Middle East, and then South America got affected. Venezuela got fucked up. Mexico got fucked up and shit like that. Now it's in Puerto Rico, man. The plagues and the destruction is just a skip and a hop away from the U.S., man. You know?
Lord knocking at your door.
Knocking on heaven's door. I think the brother Mark got something. Somebody got an article for you.
This is end time headlines. Millions want to brace for blackouts as extreme wildfire threat sweeps across 9 states, particularly dangerous situations.
Look at Isaiah 29:6. We speak about earthquakes, but also we speak about fire and also blackout. Right. So it's like it's an accumulation of plagues happening all at one time, man. And these are pretty much a birth pain that the scripture speaks about. And which when they hit, you niggas ain't gonna be able to control the contraction, man. You ain't gonna be able to put that shit off. You're gonna have to deal with it.
This Isaiah 29 and verse 6. It says, thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts.
Right?
With thunder, with earthquake, and great noise with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire.
And the flame of devouring fire. See that? So yeah, not only earthquakes in diverse places, but also a fire. They say the fire will cause what? Blackouts, man. That's what America has to look out for. Blackouts. So everything that's at your convenience right now is going to be turned down. It's going to be shut off.
Hey, if I may, the Lord's going to get ready to put these people in uncomfortable positions. That's right. Because the brother just read in the article 9 states, man. That's unprecedented. You know?
And it's going to intensify. It's going to be more than 9 states. This is going to be the whole United States. Total blackout. But these are like the precursors. The bird pain before it gets really intense to the end.
Yeah, you want to wait to the hospitals. You know what I'm saying? It's coming closer and closer, closer and closer. And it's really, again, the spirit of Yahweh Shah creeping up on you, man. Because again, that major thing, you know, it's going to get to a point when this devil is going to do order out of chaos. You know, basically doing pressure from above and pressure from beneath. He's going to start taking people's resources, and one of those major resources is energy, gas, water, and food. He's cornering off a market at that, so you have to go to him for the one of all things. And once you discarded all your gold, once you discarded all your food and you ran out of everything, the only thing you're gonna have to sell left is your body, man. And he's gonna try to force people to take that seed. This is the plans of the devil, man. And you can say, yeah, this really and third, yeah, the heart program and all that, but once you really look at the big picture, the Lord is really setting up Esau to push out this chip, man. Right. You know?
Yeah, but the goal is what? The total slavery. So he's using pretty much the same blueprint as our forefather Joseph. Genesis 47. I know I'll be on it.
It's like this Genesis 47, starting at verse 15. It says, and when money failed in the land of Egypt, all the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph and said, give us bread, for why should we die in thy presence?
Yeah, so Esau's using that same blueprint. He's gonna fail the money. The shit that you niggas depend on, long all the days of the nigga with a fucking stack in his ear. Talking shit, man. It's like,
and if I may, they setting up things. That's why they got scammers. And now they already setting up for minimum wage to get set up to $25 an hour. And people think, oh, I'm gonna get paid more. No, that just means the value of the dollar is weakening. You know, that's all that is. So I'm getting $25 an hour now. Nigga at McDonald's get paid $25 an hour. That don't mean nothing. You know? You got it's certain trades that don't even get that, man, unless you have some type of printed card or some shit, man. Certifications, man. You know, but nigga really gonna be certified to taking that chip when all that money run out. Because this devil, he's setting up you to really depend on him, that UBI. If a brother can, if I was a shop brother can have that on the definition of UBI. But that's what that is. That's what Joseph set up. You know? You got it.
Yeah, it says, and when money failed, and when money failed in the land of Egypt, And in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph and said, give us bread, for why should we die in thy presence? For the money faileth. And Joseph said, give your cattle, and I will give you for your cattle if money fail.
Now, give me your cattle. I will give you your cattle money. Give me your cattle, and I'll give you some food. Man. You got it.
It says, and they brought their cattle unto Joseph, and Joseph gave them bread in exchange for horses, and for the flocks, and for the cattle of the herd, and for the asses, and he fed them with bread for all their cattle for that year. And when that year was ended, they came unto him the second year and said unto him, we will not hide it from our Lord, how that our money is spent. My Lord also hath our herds of cattle. There is not aught left in thy sight of my Lord, but our bodies and our land.
And that's what who's that guy named Klaus Schwab. If I'm not mistaken, he said you were own nothing and be happy. And you can see that's what the Egyptians did. When Joseph set up with the Egyptians, man. They said all you got, some more things you have to have left. It's your body. You don't even own yourself no more, man. You got it.
On my hand too. That's like a grab and squeeze. Like it's a little more pressure after he commanded. Like damn, I gotta get it up. I gotta get it up. Eventually when I perform, you can't even breathe no more. Hey, that's gonna be the circle, man. You're gonna squeeze the life out your ass when you just submit. I give up. Yeah.
Man, you taking their resources away. I ain't gonna lean on them. It's not gonna take a job. They ain't gonna take a house. They ain't gonna take a car. You know, and it's gonna lead you to being desperate. It's a desperate. They call it desperate times, call for desperate measures. You're gonna make a desperate decision from your outward circumstances. You know? Yeah, it says, and they brought their cattle unto Joseph, and Joseph gave them bread in exchange for horses, and for their cattle, and for their flock, and for the cattle of the herd, and for the asses, and he fed them with bread for all their cattle for that year. When that year was ended, they came unto him the second year and said unto him, we would not hide it from our Lord, how that our money is spent. My Lord also hath our herd of cattle. There is not aught left in the sight of my Lord but our bodies and our land. Wherefore should we die before thy eyes?
Yeah, shall we die before thine eyes? Because again, they're gonna, especially here in this time, you go to the so-called white man for the one of all things. You know, let's say even, you know, say I got their little garden in the back. Where you get the seeds from? Walmart. Who owns Walmart? Esau. So everything that you get really comes from one source, man. But what Esau's been doing here in these latter days is cut that source out. You know, so again, you can be desperate and then make irrational decisions.
And it says, wherefore should we die before thy eyes, both we and our land, by us and our land for bread?
By us in our land for bread. Again, that Klaus Schwab. We shall own nothing and be happy. You got it?
And we and our land will be servants unto Pharaoh, and give us seed that we may live and not die, that the land be not desolate.
And again, basically you selling your land and your body, you basically taking their chip. Because it's going to get to a point when that stress going to come on, you're going to either have to pay your bills, put this $400 in your tank so you can get to work, and all these things just going to get to the point either you're going to give in or you're just going to have to get off grid. You know, it really just, what they say, the just shall live by faith. And that's why we're out here on the highways right now, man, to build up our faith so we can endure these last times. Because these niggas out here, these Edomites, they don't really know what's going on, man. They don't know about the pulse that's happening upon the planet Earth. If it's not about LeBron James or black culture, they're lost, man. And the Lord set it up for a reason so 2/3 of our people can be destroyed, man. This whole Romans, you got something? You got it.
It's Isaiah 36:6. Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it.
Yeah, it says if a man, what? Come on.
Again, it says, lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed.
And what's this broken reed? America, this broken system. You know, the priest just mentioned earlier about how America is coming up on this 250th year. You know, you got it.
It says, on Egypt, whereon if a man lean.
Whereon if a man lean. And what that means, you trusting in him, man. You know? You got it.
It will go into his hand and pierce it.
It will go into his hand and pierce it, man. And the part of you leaning on this system is going to the enemy for the one of all things. Because he's going to cut off the food, Walmart, and he's going to raise up the prices to all hell. A bag of chips, $40. Well, if you got the chip, it's only 3 credits. This is the game that the so-called white man's going to get ready to play here in these latter days. You got it?
So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him.
Now, what does that word Egypt mean? It actually goes back into the word bondage. So read that last part again.
It says, so is Pharaoh, king of Egypt.
So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, king of bondage, because he's not just going to try to put, we just going to have the Canaanites in captivity, or no, we're going to have, no, he's going to try to put the whole world in captivity by making them take this chip. You got it?
To all that trust in him.
To all that trust in him, man. So everybody who trusts in this system and love the so-called white man, you're going to take this chip. And you could be a pro-black nigga. It's gonna be niggas like Umar Epps and Charleston White that's gonna be pushing forth this tiny little device, man. And the reason why, because they're gonna be showing their love for the damn Edomites, man. You know? But that was the only.
Yeah, this Romans 13 and verse 11. And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
And that's the spirit. It says, and knowing the times, man. You know? Like brother saying, man, the chip is ready. Everything is prepped. You got tap tape and all these different things. Yeah, everything is really prepped. And it says it's high time to awake out of sleep. Not to be distracted with the ways of the world. Now, we do have things, balance things out. But at the same time, we still come back to focus. You could be out in the strip club or some shit like that. And it's going to be something that's going to put you right back on track. You need to get out of America, man. You know, I was having a conversation. It was a Jake, he was real just fucked up, man. Jake was sorry and lazy and just really messed up in the mind. And I couldn't really get mad at him, man. Because that's what he was wanting to do here in Babylon the Great. And the only solution, man, he's going to have to die and come back and get raised up in righteousness, man. You couldn't, the guy I'm talking about, you couldn't really sit him down and break the truth down into him because he's too Babylon, too Americanized, man. He too drunk. He been at the bar all day, man. You know, you gotta do that.
Now it says it's not a high time to awake out of sleep. For now it's our salvation nearer than when we believe.
Yes, our salvation is nearer than we believe. And when sign to show that our salvation is coming is through the prophecies, man. When men out there on the highways and byways preaching forth the words of Yahweh Shai. You know, every time the kingdom was going to go down, the Lord always sent out his prophets first, man. As soon as the prophets came out, shit started to shake. You know, starting off with Elder Abba Bivens on down to our elders of Great Millstone, to younger brothers like ourselves. You got it?
And it says, the night is far spent.
The night is far spent. America is over with, man. Because what else can you do in this society, man? You know, you're just going to continue to walk around in darkness. Next week, you're going to pop another hope. You know, next week, I'm going to go to this club next week. No, man. Everything is played out here in this society, and it's well known. You got it?
The night is far spent. The day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness and let us put on the armor of light.
Yeah. That's it. Let us cast off the works of darkness, which is what? The ways of this world. You know, the ways of men. Yeah, the ways of the flesh, man. You know? We cast them off and we put on the armor of light, which is this word, this truth. So we can navigate in the world, man. We can navigate during this dark society, man. During this disinformation age. You know, you got it.
And it says, let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness.
Yeah, let us walk honestly in the day, not as riotous and drunkenness. Again, the people who's in that mindset of a Babylonian, because again, they're drunk with the Babylonian juice. And it's all going to really be through your actions, man. It's not, you know, you can talk all day, you can talk a good game, but it's really your actions if you believe upon the Lord or not, man. You got it, man.
It says, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying.
Not in strife and envying, come on.
But put ye on the Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach, and make not provision for the flesh.
Yeah, make not provision for the flesh, because that's how you go back into the world. You know? Things that's pleasing to the eyes, things that's pleasing to the skin. And once you look at these, these carnal pleasures, they only last 5 or 10 minutes. You know, Jake getting high, you high for 2 hours, now you back down. You get some box, 3 minutes, now you back, gotta go back to work. You get drunk, you wake up with a hangover, man. So you know, if you, it ain't nothing wrong with doing what you do, but if you indulge too much in these fleshly things, it throw you off your path, man. You got it, huh?
Yeah, it says to fulfill the lust thereof.
To fulfill the lust thereof. That was it on that.
Yeah, this is Luke 21:4. It says to take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your heart be overcome by surfeiting and drunkenness.
Bible Shop brother can look up that word surfeiting. Because it says, lest your heart be overcharged. That word heart, once you go back to the Hebrew, it actually goes back into that word la, which means what? Your mind, your brain, man. You know? And a lot of Jake, the reason why they can't see American envy, because they can't see a world without the so-called white man ruling. You know, even then, like certain brothers, like in the kingdom of heaven, we're gonna be in I'm gonna get a box Chevy in the kingdom. You know, brother, cuss you out for that, man. In the kingdom, you're gonna have a place that you sell. Man, fuck all that, man. In the kingdom, where it says, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard. So the things that we're getting prepared is the things that the Lord is preparing for us is not compared to the bullshit that's here now, man. You know? But you got it, man.
Yeah, that word surfeiting, it takes you back into the giddiness and headache caused by drinking wine.
It says what? The giddiness and headache. You know? You drunk off that Babylon juice, man. You got it.
Yeah, giddiness is dizziness.
Giddiness goes back into dizzy, man. And once you're dizzy, you can't see far out. Bible Hebrews 1 in verse 8. Because that's one of the reasons why these niggas can't get this truth. You got it.
Yeah, come. It says, and take heed to yourselves, and say, anytime your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that they come upon you unawares.
Yeah, it says that they come upon you unawares, man.
Because the thing that's going to come upon you unawares is the prophecy, man. And the thing that keeps you dull from seeing prophecy come upon you is the ways of this world. You know, the cares of this life, man. You're trying to beat something in America. Nigga looking for a career and shit, man. I'm not saying there's something wrong with it, but yet your mindset is for this place to continue. You're going to be caught on guard, man. But yet,
That's a hands on the hand. It should not be on
it says, for as a snare shall it come upon all them that dwell upon the face of the whole earth. Watch ye therefore and pray always that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man.
That's it. Counted worthy, man, that you may be able to escape. Counted worthy that you may be able to be saved and delivered from these terrible things that's going to get ready to ramp up upon the planet Earth. Because again, you know, even though we laugh and joke and talk shit, but when you really sit down and consider what's going to get ready to go on, man, you're going to be like, damn, I hope the Lord keep me in that day, man. Because as far as this guy goes, is it like 7.5 billion people get knocked off. And it ain't going to be no conventional. No, it's going to be diseases, niggas getting popped, niggas bombing whole cities for no reason and shit. The nigga just killed 500 schoolgirls, so imagine what he'll do to a so-called black man.
If I may as well, because he said this snare that's set to come upon the whole earth. And that snare really that micro seed up, man. But there ain't gonna be no shit that just aimed at America. That's gonna be a global thing. You see, but it's gonna be global destruction taking place too. You know, because it ain't just 7.5 million niggas and a billion people in America. You know, this just a part of what you niggas gonna die at, but it's gonna be death going on globally, man. That's the plague that Lord gonna send in the world. It said famine, death, and destruction. You know? But yet, oh, you got it. It's gonna be at the hands of Esau though. You know, what you got to
Like you said, it's gonna be at the hands of Esau because pretty much, you know what I'm saying, Esau, yeah, what I gonna say? From damn, what I gonna say? That was pretty much bad.
You know, he is as death.
Yeah, he hit the I'm thinking about the scripture.
Was it Revelation 64? Take peace from the earth.
He did that.
Oh yeah, man, brother.
How you doing, my man?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah. That was it on there?
I got a precept.
Yeah, kind of got it.
Mark 13, verse 19, for in those days shall be affliction, such as was not from the beginning of the creation.
Hey, if I may, it says in those days, which is talking about now. And what make these days different than the ancient days, they got technology, you know? They got shit, what is called a microwavable weapon. They can just point to and make you explode, or they can spray something in the air and 3 days later you can die. COVID-19, the shot, that's one of the works of the wicked, man. You know, but back in the ancient world, you died differently. What you got, bro?
And again, it says, for in those days shall be affliction, such as was not from the beginning of the creation, which the Most High created unto this time, and neither shall be.
Yeah, because this is going to be the height of the end. You know, and it's a perfect person to sit up here at the end time is the so-called white man. The Lord put him up in rulership here in these latter days because he's the most violent being, man. And you're going to see how violent he is in these upcoming times. You know, look what he's doing over there in Gaza, man. Killing kids, they starving them to death. You know, especially these Amalekites, those people over there in Israel. You got it, though, bro.
Yeah, if I may add, I remember my point. How you doing?
Have a good day.
You too, man.
If I may add, like y'all was going to like Esau, it's pretty much going to be the one used by the Most High to orchestrate chaos in the earth. How did that man create all this chaos? What's going to be his ultimate order? It's all leads you back into a chip. And that's going to be the answer. Out of the famine, the man-made famine, the pests, the wars, for security, for safety, you have to take a chip. That's going to be mandated, man. So the overall tone of the gospel is to warn you from the chip that's coming. Which means that you can't lean on America for support in those days, man. So continuing on, Mark 13:21, and then it's like 20, it's like verse 20, and except that the Lord has shortened those days, no flesh should be saved. But for the elect's sake, whom he has chosen, he has shortened the days.
Yeah, the Lord, he's shortening up the days now. Times is going about fast. We in the 6th month already. But like the priest just mentioned, man, the Lord, he's the one that's setting up Esau to force these niggas to take their seat here, man. And again, that's going to be a sign of you being a cattle or the goyim of the so-called white man. But again, the Lord, he's going to preserve us from these things. You know, because we ain't going to be able to eat and do different things without this. So the Lord is going to have to provide. That's why I say, in my distress, I call upon the Lord, and he answers it. You're going, people read these different Psalms and you just say, yeah, that's right. But you don't really feel it until you actually be in that situation. You know, again, even though time, because we all got jobs, and we all work, we all get our daily bread, but it's going to be a day when everything's going to change, man. Shit not going to be so normal anymore. And it happened at first with Round 19, those different lockdowns, but the next time it happens, it's going to be 100 times more dramatic, man. You know, a lot of bodies going to drop, and I won't be surprised in the first 72 hours, man. First 3 days. You got it, Noah.
I got some more. Isaiah 10:20, it says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob.
And that remnant is talking about the elect. The one that refused the beast, that refused this system and ultimately hate this world, man. Because again, if you really sit back and look at this society, only thing this world have to offer is fleshly things, man. Money, cars, clothes, and hoes. And then the next day you still depressed. Look at Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne, nigga, known as the best rapper alive, and nigga came out that he depressed. You say, what you got to be depressed for, man? You got money. Something wrong with that nigga inside. You know, and what's wrong with him, he was raised up in America, man. You got to know. It's some filthy shit. A filthy mindset, man. You know he got 10-20. Shit all day. Yeah. You got it. Yeah.
God, it says, from the top again, I said it's in the 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob.
Yeah, it says the remnant of Israel and such that are escaped of the house of Jacob. Again, it's talking about the elect. You got it?
Shall no more again stay upon him that smote.
Yeah, him that smote. Him, you going to the word smote, actually means somebody that beat you down and continue to oppress you. Who's been oppressing us for the longest? The so-called white man. And it just didn't start in slavery. It actually goes back into Cain and Abel. Because that's when the beef between black and white really first started. But you got to know.
Can I read in NLT?
NLT.
Isaiah 10:20 NLT. In that day, the remnant left of Israel, the survivors in the house of Jacob, will no longer depend on allies who seek to destroy them, but they will faithfully trust the Lord, the Holy One of Israel. So your so-called ally, the so-called white man, is always sitting there seeking to, with so-called hippie, really behind the back, that niggas seek to destroy you. That's what the Bible's saying. So in these times, being exposed to this Nazi truth, we understand that the so-called white man is our arch enemy. And and then he really wants to destroy you, man. So it says that when we find this out, hey, we no longer depend on the system, it's for that snap. It's a trap. All of them need to go into where the chip. And what the so-called white man be on the top niggas want to do. So if you got any kind of hope and aspiration of America to continue, you're going to find yourself, submit yourself to Esau's order. That chip of salvation. And if you take it, what's going to be the result? You're going to be put to death, man. But see, if you don't have the vision, like the scripture says, when there is no vision, you ain't inherit. You got to be able to see far above America, far away, and out of sight of America, which is talking about the world to come, man. All right? America is not the end all be all. America is just like all the other kingdoms that came before. They was raised up, but eventually they failed. You're now witnessing the downfall of America. It's going to initiate what the kingdom of heaven on earth for the Israelites.
If I may, because at the end, if somebody falling, they start swinging. You know, he ain't like this guy, he's not going to go down without a fight. But once you go into Revelation 12 and 12, you got it? Yeah, folks, I get that from you. We go into that Revelation 12 and 12, the Lord, he's going to get ready to, really, I could just quote it. It says, he's going to get ready to come down having great wrath because he knows that he has for a short time. You know, so again, this is why this guy, he's coming to that extreme desperation mode. You got it, huh?
It's Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them.
Then we the heavens, man. Because even though we know bad times are going to come, we're rejoicing because after all this shit get over with, the kingdom of heaven is going to be established. Now, people think the kingdom is just going to be somewhere in the sky with your grandma. No, the kingdom of heaven is going to be established upon the planet Earth.
Right.
You got it?
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea.
Yes, woe to the people that love the world, man. The people that's trapped up in this system. You know, and again, you know, he ain't just like, I got a court case now. Trapped up in this system is you love this place, man. You love the so-called white man. He can't do no wrong. Nigga with the grandma ass and everything, but you still accept him. You accept the philosophies of the LGBTQ. You like it, you know what I'm saying? All these things is a mark of you loving this system. You got it, bro.
For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
So you loving this system, this nigga still gonna come down on you having a great wrath because he know that he got but a short time. Now he's still gonna try to put that thing inside you, no matter how nice you was to him or how nice he was to you. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, this devil, he will begin to show his horns, man. Hold that real quick. You got some something?
Yeah, if I may, just to back the brother up on that alliance. This is Isaiah 30 and verse 1. And the heading does say, it says, Judah warned against Egyptian alliance. It says, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin.
Yes, because the Lord got everything already set up, whether it be the dietary law or even how to deal with your woman. But here come the so-called white man, he come and flip everything upside down. He come and tell you that a man can be with a man and a woman can be with a woman. Nigga tell you to go eat pork and all these different things. He tell you to go pop another man's wife. Ultimately, that just shows you how Israel would rather be comfortable of following the things the so-called white man tell them, or the things the flesh tell them, instead of doing the things that the Most High say. You got it, huh?
It says they walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth.
The spirit, it says walk to go down into Egypt. Because basically, in order for you to really make it in this society, you have to really debase yourself.
Yeah.
Going to how these different rappers make it. They ain't make it because of their talent. They ain't make it because you got 5 bars. They had to get bent over, man. You really have to destroy yourself mentally and physically in order to make it here in this society, bro. And it's well known. It's well known. The guys that sit on top of the music industry or the entertainment industry, it's a whole bunch of gay Jews. You got it?
It says to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh.
It says to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, because you don't strength, even the NCAACP, them niggas, man. They strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh because they trust in the so-called white man. That's how they got that power, man. You got it?
It says it's to trust in the shadow of Egypt.
He trusted in the shadow of Egypt. And one thing about a shadow, we just seen it, look at the clouds. You know, they went away, but the shadow is iffy, man. It's not solid. And that's how America is. Look at the Dow Jones for this week. I bet you that motherfucker going up and down. You know? Look at anything of America, man. It's up and down. There's nothing truly that's settled and firm. The only thing that's truly firm here is this word, man. You know? That cornerstone. You got it?
It says, therefore, shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion.
Yes, because once you take that chip, man, and you think that the so-called white man is going to help you, he's going to leave you assed out. Look what he did in the Tuskegee experiment, man. He's going to do that shit all over again. But again, our people are too ignorant to realize what's truly going on. You know, people are distracted with the ways of the world. People are distracted with this, that, and the third, not knowing that the Lord is finna get ready to kill niggas, man. You got it, huh? Come, I get that 1 Peter 1 and 8 real quick. And then we're going to get that in, what's it called? The second, Sirach. Get this Sirach.
Yeah, this 1 Peter 1 and verse 8, it says, whom having not seen.
Second Peter.
You don't got some pretty real.
Yeah, I got it. You got it.
Sirach or Ecclesiastes 12 and 10.
Hold it real quick. He got it. He got it. That's good. You got it.
It's the second Peter.
Yeah, Second Peter.
Second Peter 1 and 8. For if these things be in you and abound, they make you that ye shall neither be barren nor unfruitful in the knowledge of our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach.
Yeah, right now. Because us having this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding this truth, we're not barren or we're not blind into the things that's coming ahead of us. Imagine a blind man walking down the street and a car comes. He can't prepare himself. He can't stop at the red light. He think the day is just going to go on. But the water of Yahweh Shemawashah for giving us this word for us to be aware. You got to read it again.
2 Peter 1 and 8. For if these things be in you and abound, they make you that ye shall neither be barren nor unfruitful in the knowledge of our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach.
That's why I said you got to be productive with the Lord. It's even a part of you bettering yourself. You got it?
It says, but he that lacketh these things is blind.
He that don't have these things, they're blind. They ain't know about World War III. They ain't know why Elon Musk is so obsessed with putting a brain chip in people. Because they're blind to what's going on. They blind in the scriptures, man. You said, yeah, they're blinded by what? The God of this world, which is who? The so-called white man. Now, I love white women, but some of them the devil too. You know, some of them the devil too. It's some white men that's a part of the Israelites, man. And you gotta have the spirit of discernment to recognize and react. You got it, huh?
It says, but he that lacketh these things is blind and cannot see afar off.
He cannot see afar off. He cannot recognize his enemy. He cannot recognize the guy that hate him, man. You got it?
And forgotten that he was purged from his own sin.
Yeah, you forgot that you was purged from your own sins. That was it on that? Kind of got it, huh?
Yeah. But the Sirach 12 and 10, it says, never trust thine enemy.
Right there, never trust thine enemy, man.
Hey,
Look what this nigga did in the Tuskegee experiment. Come on, man. Come on, man. Well, come on, dog. What you know? Yeah, this nigga messed up people, man. And that's not the first atrocity that he did. Bill Gates is banned in certain parts of India for pushing out a measles vaccine and making damn 30% of their women infertile. These niggas are crazy that's ruling the planet Earth. But people don't realize, they can't see it. You got it, huh?
God. It says, though he humble himself and go crouching, hey, yet take heed and beware of him.
You know, if they humble himself and go crouch, that's that white smile.
Right.
You see, you know? Yeah. How you doing, son? That's that go crouch. But inside, he's full of deceit. He's trying to slay me, man. You know, but again, it's getting to a point, you know, we got to go to two for time. Because throughout the process of time, the so-called white man have been revealed. Even during the civil rights, niggas was still fucking with him, man. Yeah. During the 80s, niggas still fucking with him, man. Martin Luther King. Malcolm X. You know, not Malcolm X. He was even still set up. Farrakhan. That's what I'm trying to say. Farrakhan, man. These niggas are set up to push forth the dealings of the so-called white man. No, but just now, everybody, even Elam, Ishmael, these different nations across the Middle East, they hate this nigga now, man. And they just starting to hate him. Too late. Yeah, man. You got it.
yeah, bro.
God, it says, take heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped his looking glass, and thou shalt know that his breath have not been altogether wiped away.
Yes, because again, you can't, he that is in the evil cannot learn righteousness, man. So even if you give this so-called white man a chance, he still is going to show you that he's your enemy, man. You know, whether it be through him talking shit or him undercutting you, man. You got it, bro.
Yep. It says, set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, you stand up in thy place.
Yeah, don't let him sit by thee. Because once the nation of Israel let Esau sit by him, now all of a sudden they the Jews now. All of a sudden now you in our land now, man. Showing you that this devil, he's really fulfilling prophecy. And that's the only thing that he really can do. He can't do anything that's outside the Most High's will. It's the Most High's will for this devil to be the devil. You got it, bro.
It says, neither let him sit at thy right hand, right hand man, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith.
Yeah, so when Esau show you he the devil and he bite you in the ass, Solomon said, remember my words, nigga, I told you. Continuing on that though.
It said, who would pity a trauma that is bitten with the serpent?
Yeah, who would pity a trauma that is bitten with a serpent, man? There's even like snitches today. You hang around a snake ass nigga.
It's one way.
You know what I'm saying? You hanging around a serpent, and all of a sudden you go to jail or you flip around and this nigga got caught with a pack. Nigga got 35 lives.
Yes, yes, the one way.
Welcome, man.
Read that again.
It said, who would pity a trauma that is bitten with the serpent, or any such as come not wild beasts?
So we're not going to pity you once you take that chip and the so-called white man leave you ass out, man. You know, because ultimately we told you not to take it. You got it.
It says, so one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with them in his sins,
And,
who would pity?
and he says you are defiled with them in his sins. Now all of a sudden you accept the LGBTQ community. You know what I'm saying? This nigga, it's simple nigga, man. And I ain't gonna even say it. It's a lot. But it's getting to a point where they're trying to the norm, man. Like it's really a woman. You know, different type of pronouns and things like that. But it just shows you how once you cleave unto Esau Edom, this nigga defile your mind. You got it, bro. That's something on real quick.
It's Ecclesiastes, Sirach 13 and verse 1. He that touches pitch shall be defiled therewith.
Come on now.
And he that hath fellowship with the proud man shall be like unto him. Yes, just to back him up. That's why you got a lot of these sodomites out here, man. Because these niggas have cleaved unto the system of Esau Edom, man. All right, you got effeminate men, you got whorish women, you know, and that's all, and that's polluted all through the nation of Israel, man. But it's because you've been at the bar too damn long, man.
That's it. And they don't recognize that it's wrong. He drinking clean water, a nigga be surprised at that, man. Being normal is a prison here in this society, man. That's why you be surprised when you see another like a real Israelite. You're like, oh, what up? You know, and that's even, you know, Eric Blue Moon. But that's pretty much it.
Yeah, brother. It's Ecclesiastes 10 and verse 2. It says,
Start at one. Let's start at one.
It says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered.
Now, right here, America is not well ordered, man. Look at the branches of government. You know, it's really not no true top dog, for lack of better words. But even these, how they set up their households, how they set up the school systems, is everything. Everything is really out of whack here in this society. You gotta know, because why? It's not reigned under righteousness. Yahweh Shah, which is our Lord, he's not here upon the planet Earth right now, man. And he got Esau ruling, and he turned shit upside down. You got it, right?
Yeah, it says, as the judge of the people is himself, saw his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein.
So again, so as the leader of the city saw the people. So if the leader of the city is a sick freak and a weirdo, guess what? The people are going to be like that. A perfect example, Diddy. Diddy ain't learned all that crazy stuff from a Jake, his granddaddy. No. Like he's just a freak. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Clive Davis. Come on, man. And then ain't like this information. It just happened. We had to go to a cave to get it. It's well known information here now, man. But hey, we gotta take the water Yahweh Shema Shop putting us on games to recognize and react who the devil is. You got it, bro. You got something?
2 Peter 3 and 13. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Yes, we look for a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Right.
It's telling you that the kingdom of heaven is going to be established upon the planet Earth here in these latter days. Because again, heaven, again, that's rulership, man. That's what I mean. Read that again, huh?
2 Peter 3 and 13. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heaven.
We look for a new heaven
and a new earth,
and a new earth, a refreshed heaven and a refreshed earth. You got it?
wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Wherein dwelleth righteousness, man. Where our Lord Yahweh shines room, man.
Yeah.
You got it?
Wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things,
Yeah, we looking for the Lord. We looking for peace, man, and mercy. You got it?
be diligent, that ye may be found of him in peace,
Yeah, and this is why we be out on the highways weekly, man, being diligently. You know, and even throughout the week we do videos, man. You got it?
without spot and blameless.
Without spot and blameless. So us doing this work, we're trying to be spotless and blameless in the eyes of the Most High. You know, that was it on that.
Yeah, they're going back to that point about the kingdom of heaven being on earth. Revelation 5 and verse 10. It says, it has made us into our power kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth.
Yeah, it says the Lord made us kings and priests. And guess what? We're gonna reign on the earth. You know, people think heaven gonna be you on the cloud. Man, no, man. People don't even know in the kingdom of heaven we're gonna be having sex and everything. Being fruitful and multiplying, brother.
That's it.
If you don't do it like I'm gonna do it.
Right?
You know? You feel? You got it, right?
Yeah, this is Isaiah 65, verse 17. For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth.
A new heaven and a new earth. And again, that new is not talking about the Lord is going to take us to a whole other world. No. He's going to change this world into something that's beneficial. You got it?
And the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind.
And that former that's not going to be remembered is this current kingdom. All the hell that we've been through. That's why the scripture says what? He shall wipe away all tears.
Right.
In the kingdom of heaven, bro, we ain't going to remember Babylon, man. Only time you're going to remember them is, you know, it's going to be a Passover. Remember all the atrocities we did and to also thank the Lord for saving us this shit, man. You know, but again, in the kingdom of heaven, bro, he ain't like, man, the LeBron was a bad mother. No, man. He gonna be the bottom of the barrel of the kingdom because look how the way he came up here in this society. You know? You got it.
King James.
You got King James. Come on. Nigga, 60, man.
Yeah, this Daniel 2 and 44, it says, and in the days of these kings,
Hey, he says in the days of these kings,
shall Yahweh Shemel the power of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed.
and that's it, because in the midst of Babylon the Great, the Heavenly Father, he's raising up another kingdom which will never be destroyed.
Right.
And believe it or not, that kingdom is being built right before you. That third temple that so-called these Israelis are so obsessed about, guess what? It's really going to be built with men first, man. You got it?
And it says, and the king,
That backs that up. Once you read Ezra, they had the priests with the sword on their side. You know, the sword we got on our side is the Holy Bible now. You know, the restoration of the kingdom. You got it?
it says, and the kingdoms shall not be left to another people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms.
Yeah, so guess what? When the Lord comes, he's going to destroy America. That's a part of him consuming. How he's going to consume it? With destruction, man. In World War III. You got something?
Yeah, real quick.
You got it?
Amos 9 and 8.
All right.
Behold, the eyes of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shah, upon the sinful kingdom.
Ooh, what is simple kingdom, man? What's the most simple place upon the planet Earth, man? Is it China? No, is it Africa? No, it's America, man. Because ultimately, here in this society, they even exalt their freakism, man. They exalt their wickedness. Even to go battle in America, you got to commit folly. You got it, huh?
God, it says, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. Saving, I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord.
And that's the spirit that the Lord just said he's going to destroy this current kingdom off the face of the earth.
That's
but
right.
he's not going to destroy the children of Israel, man.
Yeah, right.
You know, Lord loved Jacob.
That's it.
He hate Esau. You're going to see how much the Lord hate Esau in the day of vengeance, man. You know? That was it on that? God. That's
Hey, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 11 and verse 5. And it says, many kings have sat down upon the ground,
Yep.
and one that was never thought of have worn the crown.
Yeah, it says many kings have sat down upon the ground. We had Xerxes. You know, we got Nebuchadnezzar. We got Darius the first, second, and third. We got Kim Jong-un. We got Trump. All these people sat on the throne, but it says ones that was never thought of, man. Yeah, Alexander the Great. Niggas that been to schools and shit like that. But guess what? The Heavenly Father, what he's doing with us, he's gonna set up ordinary men.
Oh, nah. I run the kitchen. I ain't got nothing to do with what they got going on up there.
You got it, man.
That's it on that.
Come on, you got it. Huh? Give me go to Daniel 2 and start at 20.
Yeah, this book of Daniel.
No, real quick. Huh?
Yep, this Isaiah 2 and verse 1. And it says the word that Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountain.
Right there, that's talking about the kingdom of heaven. That's why it says in the last days, the mountain of the house of the Lord shall be exalted. So we're going to be over all these other heathens in order to push forth righteousness upon them, man. Right. No water run downhill. Whoever on top, whoever got the most power, everybody else is going to come off their vibration, man. You got it, though.
And shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow into it.
Yeah, it says shall be exalted above all the hills, all these different governments, but it says all nations shall flow into it. Now you can see how America, even though they got a lot of money, a lot of nations, well, some of them are fuck with it, but a lot of nations have a hard stance against America. And the reason why, because they have integrity, man. In order to make a deal with America, man, they really help you in the A with every deal they do. You know? And then come over there, steal your resources, send an economic hitman, and then you take out a $1 billion loan that takes 45 years to pay back. You know? You got it.
I made another example that showed these nations, they ain't fuck with America. You know, them athletes, they order all their food over here, man.
Come.
You know, that show you they ain't fucking with America, man. They know this bitch is filthy. You know what I mean? But you Jakes, you still, you know what I mean? You still asleep, man. You still at the bar. You know, consuming her wickedness, man. Yep, a little bit more. It says that many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord.
Yeah, people gonna say, man, let's go to the house of the Lord. Let's go to the temple, man. You got it. Israelites, man. Now, Jacob be excited the hell to go to church, man. That's it. The Sabbath reading, you know, they just in the front seat. You know, you got it.
Let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the power of Jacob. He will teach us of his ways.
He will teach us of his ways, come on.
And we will walk in his paths.
And we will walk in his paths. And again, Esau teach you the way to walk like a moat or a sissy, man. Yeah. We're going to teach people how to be real, truly men and women. Yeah. And everybody will truly be set in their lives, man. You know, but again, people can't be set in their lives right now because, you know, this society is PC and it's turned upside down. You got it. You ever sit on it?
A little bit more. Come on. Says, for out of Zion shall go forth the law.
Yeah, we're going to bring down the law. We're going to bring the hammer down on y'all, man. Because it's going to get to a point, even just like Esau Edom, you don't hearken unto his ways, it's a consequence. It's going to be the same thing with us. You got it?
It says, and the word of the Lord, it says, for out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
Yeah, the word of the Lord is coming from Jerusalem right now. That's us, because why? Jerusalem is a people before it's a place.
That's it.
Come on.
And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people.
And we judge it right now. That's the spirit, how the Lord, you know, the Lord is slowly setting us up, gradually. Because we can judge, like, yeah, that's a vote. You can see a woman, you go, oh yeah, she, you know. Yeah, that's, yeah, you got it.
That's why the Lord said the kingdom of heaven is within you. You got to be spoken for it.
That's spirit. That's evident. That's the characteristics the Lord installed in you. It's like the Lord installed faith, righteousness, and judgment. That's what we get. Because it's getting to a point like you as you go longer and longer, the spirit discernment raise up. You know, and you judge better too. You got it, huh?
He says, they shall beat their swords into plowshares.
They shall beat their swords into plowshares. Come on. Right.
And their spears into pruning hooks.
Yeah, so all these different military weapons that the so-called white men have built up and these different nations have used to try to fight back, The Lord said he's going to make them to be pruning hooks, man. Which is what? Tools of slavery, man. And they're going to be out there in that garden. You know, you got it.
Nation shall not lift up sword against nation.
And if I may just add on to that point, because they put us in slavery. The Heavenly Father said you reap everything you sow. You got it.
Yep. Revelation 13:10. He that leadeth in the captivity shall go into captivity.
Who led us in captivity, man? Who got us from the western coast of Africa?
Yep.
Come on, man.
It says, he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Yeah, he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. So everything that you reap, the same thing you're gonna sow. But one thing that the Lord got something special up for Esau, this nigga gonna sow double, man. You know, it's gonna be a harsh, rigorous rulership for the so-called white man, bro. Yeah, he's gonna reap double. You weren't even expecting that payback, you know? Yo, was it on that?
One more. It said, here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
And it's heavy. Here is the faith and the patience. We're patiently waiting on to put people into slavery, but also we're patiently waiting to establish righteousness upon the planet Earth. Because again, it's better than Isaiah 4:1. No, it's really about Zanya Hawashai and then life come through. Keep working, brothers. Keep working.
All right, now.
I got you, bro. Say it's here. You got the old nigga sign. Double on. Y'all got it. What you say?
Like
Oh,
I
yeah,
said,
y'all got it.
like I said, before the camera came on, gotta keep fighting.
Keep working. Keep working. Now, that's spirit. That's spirit. That's the pop right here. You got it. I'm cool. You got it, sir.
It says, nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
Yes, because in the kingdom of heaven, it's not going to be no need to fight over resources and to fight over land, because everything is going to truly be established, man. But the only reason why people are fighting and bickering and buckering, because the so-called white man in control. He's greedy. He's taking up all the resources. He's pouring up all the markets. He's taking away people land and trying to give it to the tiny acts. And you can't get mad at these other countries to fight back for the things that they got, man. Sick, man. You got to do what?
Got one for you. Proverbs 29:2.
That's it.
When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
And even the so-called white man is mourning amongst themselves. Now you're supposed to be on top, but you hate this place too. And the reason why you hate this place is wickedness is exalted here, man. You know, the food is defiled. You know, the air is defiled. The water messed up. The women defiled. Men are defiled. Only thing we can hope and ask for is the Lord to come and save us from this, man. Because if things continue on, the brother just pulled out that scripture earlier, no flesh will be able to be saved here, man. You know? That was it on that?
And it's Isaiah 60. Isaiah 60 and verse 9. It says, surely the isles shall wait for me, and the ships are Tarshish first. It says, to bring thy sons from far, their silver and thy gold with them, unto the name of the Lord, Yahweh Shemashah, thy power, and to the Holy One of Israel, because he had glorified thee.
That's it. So other nations, they're going to be willing to give us things because they don't know that the Spirit of the Lord is working with us, man. And again, they're going to be happy. It ain't going to be like it's going to be a thing of grudgingly. No, it's going to be happily given. Look how she became a Solomon. That's how these nations going to come into us, a long trail just to show their appreciation, but also to learn wisdom. You know, we're going to teach, you know, thank you for teaching me how to do this. Thank you for teaching me how to keep the land separate. The last 20 years have been excellent. You know what I'm saying? You got it, huh? 16, 15. Yeah. I think you brought that down. Yeah. That's good. You got it.
Yeah, verse 10, it says, and the sons of the strangers shall build up thy walls.
Yeah, the sons of the strangers shall build up thy walls, man. Because ultimately the Lord is going to set up these other nations to build up our kingdom. Because we build up their kingdom, man. Even the infrastructure, the economy. The reason why the American economy was so strong, they came up with a pop. Number one, slavery, the slave trade, but even when you go back into the 1800s, the cotton, niggas picking cotton, man. That's one major way that America had got off.
It says, and the sons of the strangers shall build up thy walls, And their king shall minister unto thee.
And their king shall minister unto thee, man. So these Trump, get Trump, man. These Rockefellers, man. These niggas that you don't even see, but behind closed doors, they're making different actions to put more hell upon you. That's what the Lord gonna make us have, man. And we're gonna make you some hard workers, man. You got it, bro.
Because it says, for in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have mercy upon thee.
Yes, the Lord, he did smote our people in his wrath by sending Esau, Edom upon us. We read Deuteronomy 28th chapter. He said that wicked nation from far, it said, give me any room but the room of my enemy. But the Lord is also going to have mercy upon us by letting us put this guy in slavery. Because that's what he deserved to be, man. This guy, he don't deserve to be in rulership. He don't deserve to be in top. He deserves to be in chains, man. Contained. Because if this guy let loose, evil wants to fly throughout the earth. Who was that? Not David. I said David. Not Maccabees. The king that Saul let go. The Amalekite king that Saul let go. Guess what? As soon as he let go, now Esau had got off again. You got to know, man.
It says, therefore thy gates shall be open continually.
Yeah, thy gates shall be open continually. Which means what? Your economy. Our economy system ain't gonna be like your brother got to have a Dow Jones, or you're gonna have to put in the digital numbers. They say the market of next year is gonna be man. That shit gonna be booming. We're really gonna have abundance. We're gonna really have more than enough. And one thing about when you a king, pretty much everything is free, man.
The gates shall be open continually, they shall not be shut day nor night.
Yes, it says the gates shall be open continually, they shall not shut day nor night. So again, like the Dow Jones or the market gotta close, but no, man, in the kingdom of heaven, man, we're gonna be getting money day. Gotta be working day and night. That's a Michael Jackson song.
You saw this shit shut down at a certain time. They at 9 o'clock. Stock market's closed, man. On Sundays, motherfuckers be closed. Like the Lord said, I'll be open continually, man. Gold, oil, gas, women,
slaves, frankincense, myrrh. Come on,
stones, precious stones.
Yeah.
The Lord's kingdom gonna be built up with precious stones. Esau gonna be digging because he got Elam in them damn oil mines and shit. Not oil mines, but coal mines. They're gonna be him, man. Bringing back the heaviest, biggest amethyst. You know what I mean?
Hey, we do that about that motherfucker. We got a bowl as big as this street. Pouring, they got a pot of gold, man. Spices and shit. Salt. But even then, like Israel been through that, man. We've been through harder shit. So now it's your turn. Even when it goes back into the time of Joseph, they say, let's work more hard on them. Let them work with no strong. But even for Jacob to put them pyramids together, man, you had to put something together, man. And a lot of Jake, got unalived or making that system, man. A lot of Jake got unalived around here just building up these damn skyscrapers, man.
They told them to figure it out. They ain't giving us trust. They had to figure that shit out themselves, man.
Yeah.
Same thing with you niggas. They figured it out.
And it ain't like we gonna give you safety equipment. Niggas say, put your PPE on. Man, no, man. You better not die. And if you do, I'm gonna bring them back to life. You know what I'm saying? Just, I tell you, Matter of fact, do it again. Do it again. I'm gonna see you show you. You got it.
You know what I mean? Because you got reports of Amazon workers collapsing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the first thing this nigga Esau do is they clock him out. You know what I mean? Show you, bro.
Make sure he's clocked out.
Yeah, man.
Clock him out.
It was a report where they put fucking boxes around the niggas, man. And just everybody just walking around them until the ambulance act came and shit, bro. So that lets you know
wearing out the saints.
That's it, bro. Wearing out the saints. You niggas are still in captivity to this day, man. So we need to say we need Yahweh Shai, whether you know it or not. Your feet hurting and shit, on a 10-hour shift. You need Yahweh Shai, man.
I know that Amazon, they be pissing the bottles and everything.
Yeah.
That's why Jeff Bezos got a hard, that's the continuous stroke. That boy got a hard grip on the niggas on Amazon, man. You know, that was it on that?
A little bit more. Yeah, it says, therefore shall thy gates be open continually, they should not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought.
Yeah, so they're gonna bring the voices of the Gentiles. That's like tithe and free will offerings, man. It really shows the appreciation of the Most High. And if you get the Most High, he's due just. But just like she brought more than enough, really to show Solomon her appreciation, man. And that's how and we're gonna be surprised. Then like Jake gonna be like, hey, I deserve, man. You're gonna be like, you're gonna be in the spirit of David. Like, Lord, you know, who am I? You know, to get all these things, man.
I got precept for real people. I'm sorry. It's in Proverbs 14 and 28. It says, a growing population is a king's glory. Is it? A prince without subjects has nothing.
And the spirit, so we're gonna have to have somebody to rule. And then you gotta, in order for it to last and endure or even grow, you gotta rule them well. Really rule them over righteously, man. You gotta do it.
Yeah, come on. Proverbs 14 and 28 NLT. A growing population is a king's glory. A prince without subjects has nothing.
And it's the spirit, when the population grows, what does that mean? Life is flourishing. Life is not flourishing here now in America, man. You know that between abortions and people being born, that number is off. But even now, a lot of women over 30, they say that this time, like, I forgot the percentage, but it's a high percentage of women over 30 right now with no kids, man. Showing you that life is really stopping here in this society. You don't even want to have no kids no more here in this society, man. And the reason why, because this society pushes forth nothing but death. First thing you say, why you ain't got no kids? I don't want to bring nobody in this world.
It's an article came out saying half of Gen Z don't exist. You know, from abortions and shit. I think it's like 1/3 of Gen Z don't exist. You know, and that like the officer going into it. This system that set up, this nigga Esau, he pushed abortion, even feminism, you know, all that shit that's pushed among women for them to hate men and ultimately hate life. All that shit play a part in depopulating. You know, this nigga got you arguing with your woman and shit. Marriage at it's like divorce, and even people not being married is at an all-time high. That means families is not coming forth, man. You know, life is not coming forth. You got homosexuality at an all-time high. People not dating. It's a date. They call this shit like a date crisis. You know, with people not even hooking up, man. You see, that's under the vibration of Esau, because he got women hate men hate women, and really shit just out of order, man.
Real much of man, that's real. A society that produces adultery. You ain't got no structure. You know, people leaving their spouse. As Esau gave him a commandment to do, when they go out and cheat, like a woman, right? You go out and fucking on a nigga because she ain't satisfied with a man. She just committed adultery. Same thing with a man. You go out, you know, a problem with your old lady, you go out and hit another woman, but she got a man and shit. That's all because of the fuss within the structure that Esau set up.
Hey.
That's why we need to get Howard shot. We need Isaiah 60. We need Isaiah 60 to come to pass so we can all be happy, bro.
That's it.
As simple as that, man. You know?
Yep, Isaiah 60 and verse 12, it says, for the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish.
Yeah, the nation and kingdom don't want to serve us, they want to perish. You got it?
Yeah, those nations shall be utterly wasted.
Mm-hmm. They're going to be utterly wasted. And what does that mean? You don't want to serve the Lord. And even the Lord said that if anyone don't want to serve me, come hither, slay them before me, man. So even imagine that that's now. So imagine how it's gonna be in the kingdom, man. You say you don't want to call it, you don't want to keep Purim. No, you don't want to keep Passover. Y'all niggas ain't keeping the day of atonement. Well, I got something for y'all.
That's it.
I'm telling the Lord.
Yeah, it says the glory of Lebanon shall come unto. It's like the glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee. The fir tree, the pine tree, and the box together.
And in the spirit, we're going to get abundant of resources. But the best resources upon the planet Earth, man. It ain't like we're going to get the mid-grade frankincense that said go in the temple. Yeah. Then we're going to get that green Haraji that's coming out down in India, man. And in Kingdom Heaven, the Lord might create the frankincense that's better than that. But again, we're going to get the top tier of everything from wine, clothes, and women, man. And the reason why, because life will be flourishing. Everything will be in its top estate in the kingdom. Here now, things are weakened. Things are not in full strength. Things are not as what they're supposed to be. Why? Because the wicked is ruling. You got it, huh?
Yep, it says, and the box together to beautify the place of my sanctuary.
Yeah, to beautify the place of my sanctuary, to build. Because that's why I say, that's why they talking about them different trees and things like that. We ain't just going to have a tree in the middle of the yard. No. You're going to break that thing down. Nigga, you're going to start building. You got it? With the best material, though. You got it?
And I will make the place of my feet glorious.
Yes, the Lord, it says he's going to make the place of his feet glorious. It's talking about what? The planet Earth, man. That's right. Especially the nation of Israel. That's going to be the headquarters, man. Over there in the Middle East. Once everything be destroyed and the Lord bring a clean slate of destruction, he's going to come down and lay a layer of righteousness right there, man. And everything is going to grow and beautify from there, man. You know, you got it.
Yep, it says, the sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet.
Yeah, so everybody who's afflicted us, ultimately the flips is going to be changed, man. Everybody who whooped our ass, it's going to get to a point. It's like, yeah, it's going to be personal, your own boss and things like that, but it's going to be a senator, a judge you ran across, a Rockefeller that's personally watching your video. The Lord is going to get them in our hands, man. You know why scripture say patience possessing your souls, man? It says this is the patience and the faith of the saints, man. And this is the reason why we don't take vengeance in our own hands, because we know that that ultimate day of payback is coming, man. You got it?
It says, and they shall call thee the city of the Lord, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. Whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee, I will make thee an eternal excellency, a joy of many generations.
Yes, we was forsaken and hated. People ain't want to come through us. Even now, niggas don't even want to walk past us right now, man. You know, they'll go across the street and everything. But it says what? The Lord is going to make us a glorious of excellency, man. You know, that's why even Yahweh Shah said, Papa Shah brother get that in Romans, the 8th chapter, and started like 15 or 14 in that joint area. You got it, you got something? Now read that again.
Yeah, it says, whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee.
Yeah, we have been forsaken and hated, that no man may go through us, man. We have been persecuted here in Babylon the Great in this society, man. You got it?
It says, I will make thee an eternal excellency, a joy of many generations.
Yeah, a joy of many generations, man, because now things is going to flip over. The more he's going to exalt the nation of Israel, and all these different heathens, they're going to flow into us, man. Ultimately, because they're going to see the benefit of the Lord working with us, man. You got it?
Yeah, it says, thou shalt also suck the milk of the Gentiles.
Yeah, they're going to nurture us, man. How we nurturing them, we working, you work for an Elamite. I flipped the house for an Elamite one time. I did a couple work for a nigga, and at the end of the day, nigga gave me a little money at the beginning. Nigga gonna try to change the price at the end. I was like, no, man. I was gonna end up, but the nigga get money regardless, because you ain't getting paid by no plumber that's charging you $100 an hour, man. But at the same time, that's why in the kingdom of heaven, we're gonna do our business righteously. Y'all gonna take care of us, man.
Yeah, it says, thou shalt suck the milk, they shall also suck the milk of the Gentiles, and shall suck the breast of kings.
Yeah, we shall suck the breast of kings, man. You got it.
It says, and thou shalt know that I, the Lord, am thy Savior and thy Redeemer, O mighty one of Jacob.
Yes, we're going to put the Lord to alive and well, man. And the Lord is dealing with the nation of Israel in that day when he take down the so-called white man and set us up and let everybody, for lack of better words, cater into us, man. In the kingdom of heaven, all these different heathens, they're going to cater into the nation of Israel. And by doing that, you're catering into righteousness, man. And that's going to lead into benefit of your people. Because it's going to be lines of Elam, lines of Ishmael. We're going to have personal butlers and servants and things like that. What you got, though? That was on that?
It's Revelation chapter 13, starting at verse 9.
Yeah.
Any man having ill, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity, shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Here's the patience and the faith of the saints, man. You know, because we've been patiently waiting until you circle back around.
That's it.
We've been patiently waiting, man, because at the end of the day, we know that our reward will be a just due. You know? You got it.
Wisdom of Solomon 6. Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 24. But the multitude of the wise is the welfare of the world.
Yeah, the multitude of the wise is what? The welfare of the world. Brother, got that Romans 8 from
8 and 1.
16, 15. Read that again, huh?
God, it says, but the multitude of the wise is the welfare of the world. And a wise king is the upholding of the people.
Yeah, it says a wise king is the upholding of the people. So under the rule of Yahweh, everything will flow smooth. Because that's how it's supposed to be, man. You know? You got it, huh?
This Romans 8 and verse 16. The Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh.
Yeah, so the spirit, what's with our spirit, that we Yahshua. You know, you got to get to the point.
Yep. It says, and if the children, then heirs.
If children, then heirs, you got it.
Heirs of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh.
Heirs with Yahweh Hashem Yahweh, you got it.
And joint heirs with Hamashiach.
And joint heirs with Yahweh Mashiach, come on.
If so be that we suffer with him.
And we suffering now. We go through hell now. But you got it.
That we may be also glorified together.
Yeah, so we're going to be glorified together with them, man. Bible will shall get Colossians 3 and 4. Read that again up.
Yep. It says, if children,
We're going to end off on
then heirs, heirs of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh, and joint heirs with Hamashiach. If so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together.
Yeah, because when Yahweh shall come back, he's going to give us our reward. And a part of our reward is ultimately to be like him. You got it?
For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us.
So the hell that we're going through right now will not be compared to the kingdom of heaven that Yahweh shall have for us. Yeah, so with that, I can pray. It was edifying. We give our praise, honor, and glory
To Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
I want to give double honors to our apostle, Ellis Great Millstone, and Shalom.
Shalom tonight.
Right now.
Right now.
That's right.
Water for 2 minutes.
All right.
That's it.